Nothing is more frustrating for a beginner than making a mistake and having to start all over again. But remember that everyone had to start somewhere, and learning from your mistakes is a crucial part of the process. Don't let frustrations hold you back from becoming the amazing artist you're meant to be. To help you in your journey, I'm here to guide you through the top 5 mistakes I wish I had known when I first started drawing. With my tips, you are going to be able to avoid these common mistakes and focus towards success with ease and confidence. So grab a pen and a piece of paper to take some notes and let's get started. Mistake number 1 is not understanding the fundamentals of drawing. Understanding the fundamentals is essential for creating good artworks. Perspective, composition, and proportions are just a few key concepts that fall under this category. Perspective refers to the illusion of depth and space in a drawing. It involves creating the impression of distance between subjects or objects in the scene by adjusting their size and position on the paper. Without a good understanding of perspective, drawings can appear flat and two-dimensional. Composition is the arrangement of visual elements on the paper. It requires creating a sense of balance, harmony, and interest in the drawing. If an artwork lacks in composition, it can appear cluttered or uninteresting. Proportion is the relationship between the sizes of different objects or elements in the artwork. It's essential to get the proportions right to create a sense of realism and accuracy in your art. Without proper proportions, drawings can look distorted or unrealistic. By understanding and mastering those fundamentals, you can create artworks that have structure, depth, and visual interest. These skills are especially important if you want to draw realistic art. Without a strong foundation in the fundamentals, it can be very hard to create drawings that are accurate, engaging, and visually appealing. That's why I totally recommend to any beginner artist to practice and study these fundamentals. Mistake number 2. Focusing too much on details. Mistake number 2 for beginners is getting lost in trying to draw every detail and sometimes even overworking your drawing. This approach can lead to a cluttered and overwhelming artwork, making it difficult to create a well-structured artwork. Instead, I recommend to focus on the overall shapes and forms before starting adding all of the small details. Breaking down the subject into basic shapes and forms helps beginners to understand the underlying structure and composition of the subject. For example, when drawing a face, it's essential to start with the basic shapes of the head, eyes, nose, and mouth before diving into details like eyelashes or wrinkles. This approach helps to establish the proportions and placement of the subject's features. Focusing on the overall shapes and forms before adding the details also helps beginners to create a balanced and well-composed artwork. By starting with a bigger picture, you can ensure that the subject is accurately positioned and scaled within the drawing. This also allows for adjustments to be made before moving on to adding details. If you're going to follow my tips for this mistake, you're going to create a solid foundation for your drawings, establish proportions, and create a balanced composition. Mistake number 3. Not practicing enough. Drawing is a skill that takes time and practice to develop, and consistent practice is essential to improve and refine your skills. Many beginners think that if they have talent, they don't have to work hard, but in fact, drawing is a learning skill that requires a lot of practice and a lot of work. Practicing regularly helps to build muscle memory and improve the hand-eye coordination, making it easier to create accurate and precise lines. It can also help to develop a better understanding of the fundamental concepts of drawing, such as form, shading, and perspective. Setting time aside each day or week to practice drawing or painting
is crucial for beginners. This can be as simple as spending a few minutes sketching during lunch or dedicating an hour each day to practice. The key is to make this a habit and prioritize it in your schedule. Another way to practice your art is to take on challenges or assignments that stretch your abilities. For example, you can try to choose objects or subjects you are not familiar with or attempting more complex techniques or styles. Taking yourself out of your comfort zone will push your skills to the next level and build confidence in your abilities as an artist.
Not practicing enough is a very common mistake among beginner artists. By making drawing a regular habit and taking on new challenges, you can accelerate your progress and achieve your artistic goals. Mistake number 4: comparing your work to others. Comparing your work to others is a very bad mindset that can slow down your progress. If you compare yourself too much with other artists, you're going to always think you're not good enough, and it doesn't matter if you practice a lot, you're never going to be as good as those artists. Trust me, I've been there as well, but I got rid of that thought. All of this can lead to self-doubt, a lack of motivation, and a decrease in confidence in your abilities. It's very important to remember that every artist has their unique style and skills. When you focus on your own progress and growth as an artist, you are able to celebrate your successes and acknowledge areas that need improvement. This can be a very good source of motivation for continuing practicing and developing your skills.
By focusing on your own journey as an artist, you can tap into your individuality and creativity, which can be a powerful tool in your artistic development. Remember that there's no right way to create art and that every artist's journey is different. By embracing your own journey and focusing on your own progress, you'll be able to develop your skills, improve your art, and more important, gain confidence in your abilities.
Mistake number 5, and the last one, is being too hard on yourself. Art is an expression of your creativity and emotions, and it's normal to feel attached to your artwork. It's also important to remember that art is subjective and open to interpretation. Being too hard on yourself and constantly criticizing your artwork can lead to self-doubt and lacking motivation. Instead, try to embrace the imperfections in your artwork and use them as opportunities to learn and grow as an artist. Just allow yourself the freedom to experiment and make mistakes. Just enjoy the process of creating and don't let criticism hold you back from reaching your full potential.
Being too hard on yourself can also lead to creative blocks and frustrations. It's important to give yourself grace and take breaks when needed. Sometimes, stepping away from a piece of art and coming back to it later can give you a fresh perspective and renewed inspiration. Don't let self-criticism prevent you from exploring new techniques or subject matters. Experimentation is an essential part of artistic growth, and it's important to give yourself the freedom to try new things without fear of failure. Art is a journey, and every piece you create is a step towards discovering your unique style and voice as an artist. Embrace the process, be kind to yourself, and trust your abilities.
And there it is. These were the 5 mistakes I wish I had known before I started drawing. I hope this video has been useful and insightful for you. Please don't forget to like my video, comment if you have any questions or suggestions, and subscribe if you want to see more art-related content. Keep creating and never stop chasing your artistic dreams. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to see you in the next video as well. Bye!